Nice.
Recording. And Alright. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm Frankie San. Welcome to Videoland Express, celebrating over 30 years. A lot of announcements to make. Mark is doing Comic-Con convention. So in the meantime, I'm going forth with the shows. Like I promised, we're going to do 2 shows in October, including this one, 2 shows in November, and 2 shows in December. But first, let's do a little recap. You can find me on a YouTube page. I don't know if we can bring that up. Or we're not synced up. Okay, doesn't matter. What happens is we do the show tonight, Saturdays at 5 p.m. And it takes me about 24 to 48 hours, and the show gets posted on YouTube. Okay, and the reason for that is some people don't like the spoilers, or some people are just going out to dinner right now and going to the movies. So, in case you want to know what that page is, it's very simple. Go to YouTube, type in Videoland Express, and you'll see this page. Are we there? We're there. Okay. Next up, I'm posting a lot of new things. Instagram. There was a big exhibit at the Metropolitan Museum, at the Met, should I say, and they had a show called Play Loud, an exhibit about real musical rock and roll instruments, keyboards and guitars and bass and drums and all that stuff. And me being a musician, we went over there, and I'm posting those pictures on Instagram. You're going to see a lot more music. As I promised, I'm writing, composing all brand new music for an instrumental solo album, sort of like soundtracks like Tangerine Dream, Vangelis, you know what I'm talking about. And all that's going to be posted on Instagram. Okay, and then eventually we start our own production company, and all that stuff is going to be presented hopefully on a new website. But in the meantime, you will see snippets and demos on Instagram and SoundCloud. I don't think we brought up SoundCloud, but that's okay. The other side is, oh, there we go. You get the theme. You got a couple things there already. This is going to start expanding by the end of October. So I'm going to put the links. On the last page is Pinterest. Is that up right now? Pinterest? Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's where you find me. I'm going to include the links on the YouTube site, Videoland Express. Well, actually, you type in YouTube, type in Videoland Express, boom, that page. And what I do is once I post the show on Monday, as a little description of what I talked about, and you will see the links to all the following pages that I just mentioned. Okay, so you can go directly there, you know, save it, bookmark it, whatever you want to do. Those sites are going to expand big time. The main reason we're doing 2 shows a month is because in January I'll be leaving out of town. Now, I just found out on Friday a nice little surprise. We're going to have our own program page, and a lot of the stuff that I record a lot of stuff. Like Mark went on to the Comic-Con convention. I used to go to Icon conventions. Icon was a convention that was held back in Long Island like 20 years ago, before the whole Comic-Con explosion happened. And I took a lot of stuff, a lot of interviews with people from DS9 and Lost in Space and Babylon 5, Bill Mummy being one of them. You remember his name. So, and I never got a chance to present any of the stuff. So I just found out a lot of behind the scenes, a lot of stuff that never got to be shown on the air, or even specials. Sometimes we do repeats. A lot of the footage never got to be aired. So I just found out on Friday, since I've been out for so many years, certain producers are being allocated where we can transfer all the old shows. Because right now YouTube only goes back about 2-3 years. So we're going to have all these old shows being posted today. It's going to probably take about a year to post all the shows, but don't forget, it's 30 years worth of shows. They're going to be posted. You're going to see a really young Frankie Son. Okay, and you'll probably see some of the other people before Mark. I had a couple of other guest hosts helping me out with the show. So, there's another announcement. I'm going to save that for the next show. But basically, that's what's going on with that. Okay? So we have 2 shows in October, November, December. See, I'm just looking at my schedule over here. Okay, so let's get into the show. Okay, because I got an interesting story to tell you. Went to see Gemini Man. I did not see the Joker. Okay, just to let you know. I know the movie's up there. Many people, let's go over the top 5 real quick. The Joker's going to clear $100 million. 2 of my friends went to see the Joker. They loved it because it's comic book fans, the DC fans. Okay, they say Joaquin Phoenix will probably get an Oscar nomination. Maybe. I went to see instead Gemini Man with Will Smith. I did say I wasn't too psyched for the Joker. I mean, this is Robbie De Niro production company. This is their, origin story. That's their angle. It's very depressing. There's a body count in here. As a matter of fact, a fellow musician who's in the band. We got a band together. That's something I was going to mention the next time. But anyway, Johnny O, 2 stories. He actually is in the background. You see when he's holding up the sign. Okay, and Johnny O was there, and some of them read some pages of the script that kind of leaked. I'm not supposed to talk about that, but they sold some of the pages, and some of the background actors did. Not Johnny O himself. He just heard the rumors. There was things going around, floating, and they said the script wasn't very good. But then again, these are test pages that they put out. A lot of stuff gets rewritten. Sometimes it gets written on the set, and Joaquin Phoenix improvised a lot. But there was rumors that a movie not be good. Right now, the movie is being split. Some people loved it, some people don't like it. Hated it. I haven't seen it. We'll see it because of the performance, but I'm tired of these superhero movies, to be honest with you. Okay, it was like huge Star Wars fans, and we heard about the news. Kevin Feige is gonna help out with the Star Wars in the. Putting it a live streaming for Disney. Okay, Kevin Feige, right? Marvels, Endgame, Avengers. That Kevin Feige, okay, or Feige, whatever I'm mispronouncing it. Anyway, so he's going to be helping in the Star Wars universe for crying out loud. And now they're going to go ahead with the Obi-Wan Kenobi Solo. Remember, they're going to make that into a movie series like the Han Solo. As much as I like the Han Solo, the character, a spin-off. Same thing with Boba Fett. They're not necessary. I mean, usually Star Wars fans say that's not necessary. Can we go on with the Star Wars universe and forget about the Skywalkers? There's a lot of other things going on. The Clone Wars, the cartoon series, they concentrated a lot on the Jabba the Hutt family, the clan. Okay, I thought that was interesting. Okay, so what's going to happen is, as far as Star Wars universe, Kevin Feige is going to come in and help out and do a lot of the mini stories that was supposed to be for the big screen. Is going to be for the Disney live streaming. I love live streaming. I love streaming altogether. Mark hates it. I'll get more into it later in the show. But I did not see the Joker. Okay, but I'm getting mixed reviews with that. You're a Joker fan, you're a DC fan, you don't care what anybody says, you're going to go see it anyway. Okay, I will see it eventually because of his performance. Now, talking about performance, I'm going to talk about Eddie Murphy in a minute. Gemini Man, I recommended 3 out of 5. Okay, people said, Will Smith is doing the same thing, the same shtick. No, when he meets up his younger clone self, it's at first it's Will Smith, but the way he interacted with himself, with split screen technology, the digital makeover, the making him younger, you thought it was an actual other actor, believe it or not. It's Will Smith acting against himself. Okay, if you saw The Deuce, I did the pilot episode for The Deuce, something that got me into the union, another story. But anyway, I saw the process where I was on the set, and the company, I forgot the name of the company, they were located on Spring Street in New York City. And I was sitting right behind the special effects company. They had the monitor right there, and they had these little markers on the screen where James Franco was standing over here. They had a stand-in who looked just like him do his lines. So he was actually interacting with another actor. Okay? Well, they switched places right on the set. So James Franco had to memorize 2 sets of dialogues, him and his brother. So they both switched. So the stand-in talked with James Franco, they interacted, they did the scene. Then, right there in the spot, on the set, I'm sitting behind the special effects guys. They replayed the thing, and they did some ching, 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 ching on the keyboard, and next thing you know, James Franco was talking to James Franco. I believe it's the same process they did with Gemini Man. But the thing is, Gemini Man was that Will Smith was very subconscious at a very professional level how to emotionally separate himself emotionally, how to act a little bit different. Because the younger self, I'm here to kill you. You don't want to do that, okay? You've been trained to assassinate, but you're doing his bad bit. Talking about Clive Owen, the villain. Okay, that was some of the dialogue. I forget that was a second Will Smith. I thought I was actually seeing another actor. Now, the whole movie is a lot of action. There's great motorcycle chasing. There's a female partner. She kicks ass near the beginning of the movie. Only at the very end, it becomes a little bit soap opera where Clive Owen, no, I'm your father. Okay, we've been there. And then at the end, the kid is at college, and Will Smith's like, he becomes the adopted father. Okay, a little bit corny. But why I don't give it a 4 is because that ending was not necessary. But it's a solid 3 out of 5. As far as his performance, he was good. The whole movie was good as far as I'm concerned. Okay. Now, as far as I can go this way, I can go that way. Let me go this way. Okay. Oscars. People talking about the Oscars. Okay. Eddie Murphy will get nominated for Golden Globe for Best Actor in a Musical/Comedy. That's the way the classification is for the Golden Globe Awards. He will get it. Dolemite. It's a picture that goes back to reproduces the 70s, black exploitation movies. That's the way they talked about it back then. And they nailed it. And Eddie Murphy does a great job doing all these types. He's a stand-up comedian. He's an actor. All of a sudden, he becomes part of the whole scene of those kind of movies that was made back in the 70s. I remember seeing those kind of movies where you see Bruce Lee, the Chinese Connection, Fist of Furious with Cleopatra Jones, Black Caesar, Slaughter's Big Rip-Off. I was a big fan of that. And it would play with some kung fu, Five Fingers of Death. Anybody remember all those films back then? Okay. And there were double features. If you get The Deuce, talk about the James Franco TV show, The Deuce, that's what it was called. And that's 42nd Street. Before I got Disney-fied. You see Aladdin, you see Mary Poppins, you see back then, if you saw Taxi Driver, because the Joker does a lot of reference of Taxi Driver and the King of Comedy, played with Robin De Niro and Jerry Lewis, the comedian who passed away. Okay. But there's a big reference in Taxi Driver where he's on a date and he takes his date to a porn movie. That's all there was. Black exploitation movies, kung fu movies, karate movies, and rated X movies. That was The Deuce, where it was sleaze, filthy, lowlives, crime, downright disgusting. The good old days. I mean, that's how we were raised back then. And it's 42nd Street. But anyway, if you see a Taxi Driver, it will take you back then to how The Deuce actually looked. The special effects in Deuce, trying to reproduce that, are pretty good, except there was no color newspapers back in the 70s. Hello? Okay, I'm talking about the first season. When we did the show, I'm walking right behind, I'm walking down the block and James Franco is crossing me. I'm looking down and you see newspapers in color. There was no color newspapers back in the 70s. A little trivia thing. But anyway. But as far as going back to the 70s about Dolemite, they nailed it really good. Wesley Snipes was good. The whole cast was good. It's funny. And the way they recreated the 70s, I think, was really great. So he definitely would get a nomination. Let's talk about a nomination. Everybody was talking about Jennifer Lopez and the Hustlers. I did a show with Jennifer Lopez when she did the cop Shades of Blue, I believe, with Ray Liotta, who I actually met. He was a little bit grouchy because he was filming like 15 hours straight. So, hi, Ray. Gotta go, Ray. But he was a nice guy, but it's 1 o'clock in the morning, he's ready to wrap it up. But I didn't get a chance to talk to Jennifer Lopez, but she was pretty cool. I told the story before where she's talking to her daughter in the South Street Seaport. If you, I don't know. If you ever want to see that episode, okay, look for the guy wearing this jacket. Just a little silly trivia, little thing, but I'll show you. If you see this jacket, okay, with the stripes, this is what I use on location, okay, when I do TV shows and stuff like that, or movies. If you see a guy, you don't see my face, you see the back of me, but I'm walking back and forth right behind Jennifer Lopez. You see this jacket? That's me. But anyway, and she was really cool. I told the story, but I tell it one more time. Well, basically what she did, okay, Jennifer, we break time, you gotta, it was a really tight schedule, you got 1 hour to eat lunch. She's walking down the ramp. Anybody who knows Pier, what's it, Pier 15, I believe. That's a double decker that have a little parking on the second deck there. And you go down the ramp, and somebody buzzed out that she was going to be there. And next thing you know, they were tourists. They spoke Spanish, so they could be from South America somewhere. And Jennifer, can we have your autograph? She stopped, and she had to give autographs. She took a photo for Instagram, which she usually doesn't do. The bodyguards were trying to put you with Jennifer. You don't have much time. You got to eat lunch. You got to come back to the set. She was nice enough to stop, shake their hands, smile, take pictures, some written autographs until they finally pushed her. I thought that was very, very generous of her. A lot of actors don't have time. I know some people have been asking, actors that rude? No, they're on a time clock. Okay, I'm pointing at the wristwatch. Remember wristwatch, folks? I know I'm going really back to the 70s. But anyway, hey, what do you expect? I've been doing this for 30 years. But anyway, so everybody's on a timer. You got to do the scenes. You heard about the train scene and the Joker. True story. They would not let them get off the train because they were pissed off. The extras were really pissed off. They needed to get this scene because they were on the clock. They only had a couple of hours to rent the train station. To actually rent it out, they had MTA said, listen, you got a couple hours, you got 4 or 5 hours, that's it, you got to be out of there. We got trains to run. To film the scene, they would not let the background actors get off the train. Some of them had to go to the bathroom. Okay, so the managed to escape with the train. So what you heard in the news story is pretty much true. There were kind of some actors didn't come back the next day. Because of that, it's time constrained. Really, they're really tight with the hours and stuff like that. Sometimes they can only get a permit for a certain area for a couple of hours, so they go in, and sometimes actors can be rude. Sometimes they don't mean to. Okay, I would defend them on that behalf because I saw it myself personally. Sometimes they got they go in, got to do the scene, boom, got to get off the set, boom. I was one TV show with Naomi. Oh, what was her name? Naomi Watts. She was. What was she? Some kind of psychiatrist. Anyway, she's walking out of a diner scene. The season only lasted 1 year anyway. I think maybe 8 shows or something like that. It got canceled. So don't even bother looking for it. I got filmed. She was standing right in front of me. I got filmed. I got cut out. What happened was, just when she's passing by me, the cops came over and said 4 o'clock. Permit says 4 o'clock. You're out of here. But we got to finish the scene. No scene to be finished. You're off of here. Or we're going to start arresting people. They were right in the middle of the scene because the director started switching cameras at the last minute, and that was time consuming. And what happened? A cop came in, called my squad, and I started arresting people. 4 o'clock, you're done. They had tracks where the camera goes up and down. They had to take the tracks off, they had to take the camera, and the cop said, you're out of here. Cop came in, I started arresting. I don't care what production you are. Okay? I don't care if you're the Avengers. You're out of here. So, if you ever see a situation like that, actors and directors sometimes are very pressed for time. Okay, so I can tell you personally because I've been on sets like that. Anyway, so a little about behind the scenes. Okay, Hustlers. She was good the first 15 minutes when she's going around the pole. Nice shot, shall we say. The rest of the movie, wait for Netflix. Brad Pitt, the Astro movie, the moon thing, you saw the trailer? You saw the movie. That's the action. Yeah, old psychology. Is his mind imagining that he's on the moon? Blah, 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 blah. Boring. 1 out of 5. Rambo. Saw the trailer. Again. You saw the cars blowing up. He goes underneath tunnels that he built underneath the house. The cartel follow him and the body count happens underneath the tunnel. Last 10 minutes of the movie to get there is a little bit painful. Okay, it wasn't badly directed, it wasn't badly written. Rambo was his Rambo self. Okay, it's just that it could have built up a little bit better. Okay, the body count is great, by the way. Okay, so if you're a Rambo fan, you're gonna like it. If you're not a Rambo fan and you just want to get to the action, wait for Netflix. Fast forward to the ending, you get the great body count. Though. Oh man, one guy gets his head cut off, and then he still shoots him. That's brutal, folks. Okay, but I'm sorry to say, 2 out of 5. Okay. Gemini Man, 3 out of 5. Dolemite, 4 out of 5. And last but not least, the movie we had a pleasure to see. I thought it was really great. A little quick story. Movie is called Black and Blue. It's not getting any advertisement. We saw it about 2 weeks ago. Naomi Harris and Therese Gibson. He plays a really low key. He's not his big shouting self as the Fast and Furious. He plays a low key guy who helps Naomi Harris. She's a cop. who was trained in obviously in Afghanistan. So she got army skills. Okay, she served her country. Then she becomes a rookie. And Frank Grillo, as you guys know from The Purge, and of course as Crossbones in The Avenger, he plays the crooked cop where he shoots somebody innocently, and they blame Naomi Harris. So the whole, the hood is all after her, and and it's a chase movie. Okay, and it's a lot of action, a lot of twists and turns. Only at the end it gets a little bit corny when she fights Frank Grillo. Back and forth again. You know how I feel about the fight scenes that go too long, like Hobbs and Shaw. They're fighting. That's Elba. You know what I'm talking about. And they keep fighting, and they keep fighting, and they keep fighting, and they keep fighting. Come on, man, can we get this over? I gotta go home. I gotta cook. Fighting and fighting and fighting, and finally, boom! They killed Idris Elba. Well, it's the same thing. She's fighting Frank Grillo, fighting, and finally she knocks him down. He gets arrested. Okay, a little spoiler, but the whole movie is really, really good, really tight. It's a 3 or 4 out of 5. Okay, why it didn't get advertised? I mean, of all these movies, I like this one, and I like Dolemite, and I like Gemini Man. Okay, little story, and this is what happened. Thanks again to Johnny O for sending me those clips on the Joker. There's a lot of behind the scenes, a lot of interviews with Jack Canfield. I mean, these things were posted like as soon as the movie came out Thursday and Friday. Boom! All these clips, a lot of Easter eggs. There's a video out there about that. A lot of behind the scenes about that. All on YouTube, so you'll find them. Just put Joker and you'll find them. But I'd like to thank Johnny O. What happened to Johnny O? He had the preview tickets. We went to see the movie. We found out at the last minute that because they said, it was like you can print a page of the ticket, but it says nowadays you can do it on your phone. Instead of having actual paper paper tickets or whatever you want to call it, you can do it on your phone, whatever. Scan it and you go through. It's in a fine print that we're going to confiscate your phone. They're starting to do that, so watch out. They're starting to do that with previews because they don't want anybody to film it because of bootlegging and stuff, which is really dumb because you want to try to get people's attention to see the damn movie. I mean, this movie's not being advertised. I'm talking Black and Blue. Anyway, so he went in and said, wait a second, you didn't tell me I have that in my phone. You don't have it in the phone, you're not going in to see the movie. They put the phone in a paper bag with a ticket number. I mean, some people got $1,000 iPhones. So here's a warning for you. Watch out. They're going to start doing that, especially with previews. You have to hand in your phone in, and they give you a number, and they put it in the bag. Lin Miranda is doing an off-Broadway show. It's like a comedy troupe. Think of, I'm watching out for the time. Think of Monty Python, Flying Circus, okay? Him and his friends, a lot of people from the Hamilton cast, they're doing a comedy troupe kind of thing off-Broadway. But before you go in, they tell you have to put your phone in a little bag and a number. You cannot bring your phone inside the audience. So this is going to, a lot of people are pissed about that. It's going to be, it's going to start spreading. So another little tidbit there. Okay, The Thing, real quick. DVD, Blu-ray reviews. Okay, this was the Blu-ray that came out for your horror fans, because it is October, Halloween. Okay, and over here you had a picture-in-picture. It was a 90-minute documentary. They chopped it up completely out of sequence, and that's all the only good as you got. The Thing. I love this movie. That's why I'm bragging about this. This had all the old extras. There was a DVD that had a lot of behind-the-scenes featurettes. They got dropped out for this one. They released at the Blu-ray, so they included all the features from all the other releases, the DVD, and included that. They revised it, they added a new commentary, a lot of new features, and they also included the original ABC showing. You see the negatives, really bad. It's all cut up, and that's how they showed it in ABC. Why they even bother, I don't know. I love this collector's edition on Blu-ray, The Thing. And for anybody who saw it, number 2, okay? One of the characters, they killed one of the bad guys. Well, the head's... They cut the head off, it's on the floor, and all of a sudden it turns into a spider. The spider legs comes out of the head. And one of the characters said, you gotta be fucking kidding me. That was a little nod to The Thing. So if you saw it too, and you saw the spider head, and the guy said, well, that came from this. In the commentary, they omit it, okay? Next, Godzilla. Okay, They're coming out with the Couturian collection. Some movies, beware. Godzilla versus the Small Monster. Godzilla versus the Sea Monster. Those are going up for high price. They stop making them. They're going up from $30 to $40 to $50 because Couturian is going to release these films. The one package that's not included is Return of Godzilla. The Showa means from the original 1956 Godzilla all the way to about 1975 Godzilla. Couturian collection is taking over the whole set. I said it's about $165 on Amazon. Don't buy the individual ones. And the reason I'm showing this is the color background. Okay, Astro Monster, Sea Monster, Small Monster. I forgot the other one. Don't buy these. You see them; they're putting them out of print and they're going up for a lot of money. These movies are going to be included. The ones with this kind of green, you see the poster and it's surrounded by green. Those are the ones that are going to be in the Couturian section. Now there was another Godzilla version that got released by Toho Masters. When the box set comes out, I'll go into more details. This is out of print, Couturian collection. This has only one commentary, only one or two behind the scenes. That's going to be in the Couturian collection. There's another one. I'll bring that over next time. That's also going for $80. Okay, that one won't be included. That one had a bunch of 3 featurettes, and they had 2 commentaries. That one is not going to be included in the box set. When the box set comes out, hopefully by the next show, I'll go into more detail. So, just a little point of views and stuff like that. Okay, let me finish up over here. Okay, so the top 10, the Joker, $100. The Yeti, I can't say that word about him. That's going to clear for about $50 million. Downtown Abbey is going to clear about $75 million. Hustlers is still in the top 5. I don't know why. And it's going to clear $200. Hustlers is going to cover $100 million. Okay, if I was streaming, here's my thing. I got 1 minute left. Okay, Pluto TV and Shout Factory TV. And when we come back, Mark is going to talk about the Orville going to Hulu. Streaming is taking over. I love streaming. We get more into it when he comes back. Comic-Con, Orville on Hulu. More about streaming. I'm pro. I know he's negative. So we're going to keep continuing that conversation and the next show. Okay, I think I'm wrapping up over here. But anyway, everybody, thanks for tuning in. This show will be on YouTube on Monday. I will have the links for Pinterest, Instagram, and SoundCloud. Okay, all of them are going to be expanding big time. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite bands, the Beatles, Abbey Road came out on vinyl, CDs, 50th anniversary edition, and I got the original master. Does anybody remember that original masters? Okay, that was a company back in the 80s that it was called Pure Vinyl. So we reduced the speed, remaster it, and put it on pure vinyl. And also I got color vinyl of the original Beatles White Album, the Greatest Hits, the Red Album, and the Greatest Hits, the Blue Album. I also got Goodbye Yellow Brick Road because I'm a big Elton John fan. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road and Yellow Vinyl. Does anybody remember color vinyl? And picture this? That's all going to be on Instagram, okay, in the next couple of weeks. Anyway, thanks everybody. We'll see you in 2 weeks, and thanks for tuning in. Videoland Express, Frankie-san. See you next time. Salud. What the hell I forgot? Got everything in there. Okay, cool. Now we're showing again.
While you're on the scooter?
Yeah.
Do you want to be on camera or not?
Right there.
Well,
Now,
you're welcome.
yeah, I just need to sit right now.
that can render, whatever you call it. Mark knows actually knows how to do that. Maybe I don't have to learn it.